A little bit about the resort area tax. Its full name is how many people have ever heard of the resort tax? Okay, most everybody. It's the resort area gross receipts excise tax, or RAGRET as they like to call it, is something that we were going to be putting on the ballot. And I wanted to talk a little bit about the RAGRET tax, because I think it's really important that you understand what it is that will be on the ballot. First off, this resort area tax was put into play back in 1993. There are 3 communities that have this tax. There's Kelly's Island, the village of Put-in-Bay, and the township of Put-in-Bay. Each one of them has 1.5% that they charge. And for us, what we're really focusing on here is just the village of Put-in-Bay. This will not affect anything that's charged in the township or in Kelly's Island. So your vote is purely going to be for, if you are in the village of Put-in-Bay, it'll be for the village of Put-in-Bay's RAGRET, or resort tax. So in order to be able to raise the resort tax, it had to be put into the budget of the state of Ohio, which took quite a bit of effort. And I want to take my hat off to Judy Berry for being persistent, and for our state senator Gavrone for putting it in, wording in, and staying with it, and allowing us to be able to have the opportunity to be able to vote on it. So what we're hoping to do is to put this on the ballot in May, and we have, the way the wording is, we could go up to 1%, but we're only looking to be able to add 0.5%. And the important part about resort tax is that it really only affects things that have to do with tourism. And while you may pay resort tax because you go out to dinner, or you rent a golf cart, or any number of different taxable items, the idea here is that this money will go into the general fund here in the village of Put-in-Bay. And currently, right now, hang on a second, this resort tax generates about $850,000 for the village of Put-in-Bay. And it varies depending on the economy, how much money people spend while they're here during the summertime. But basically, what we do with that money is we put it towards things like police and safety, underfunded projects. And if we are able to be able to raise the resort tax by 0.5%, we could see this yield another $250,000 to $300,000, which would be a significant boost to our budget. So the most important thing for us to remember is that this referendum will be on the ballot in May, and it will only be voted on by the people that are living and voting in the village of Put-in-Bay. So again, I want to make sure that if you are worried about Kelly's Island or the township, they would have to have their own efforts on their own ballot measure to be able to raise their resort tax. All right, so does anybody have any questions? Oh, lots of questions.
What's our current rate of our resort tax?
1.5%.
So we would be raised to 2% then?
To 2%, correct. Yes?
Is the current resort tax expiring, or is this just in addition to what's going to stay on the books?
This is in addition to.
Okay.
Dave?
Peter, the township has a resort tax also, correct?
Yes, but this is not affecting their percentage.
So that any business in the township will have a 1.5% resort tax, where the village will have a 2%, is that correct?
That's correct. So what we're voting on again is to raise the village of Put-in-Bay's resort tax rate to 2%. And so, as Dave mentioned, if you have a business or you frequent a business that's in the township, they will not charge more unless they put
Basically, the Goat and Joe's Bar.
right,
golf
exactly.
cart rentals out there.
The township could decide to be able to do this. I mean, they have the same opportunity we do, but they would have to go through the process. Anybody else?
it'll be on the ballot in May. Did you mean November?
No, we didn't, want it, I guess there were reasons for that, but,
No, it's, after the governor signs the, budget, you have, 90 days. It was not enough time to get it on November.
anybody else? Yeah?
Yep, and you said that there's a certain percentage that it could go to, but you're just asking for the
Yeah,
two, what's
so-
the highest it
So,
could?
so it was authorized to add up to 1%. So that would mean that it could go up to 2.5%, but we're only asking for 0.5% additional.
Could the city come back at a later date and shoot for that other 0.5%?
Yes, they could.
It would have to go
It-
through the same process
Would
of
do that.
being put on the ballot.
Yeah, no matter what, we vote on it. So whether it's 0.5% or another 0.5% or a whole percent, it would have to go through this process of being put on the ballot. Anybody else? Well, yes.
Just real quick, are all the businesses in the village cooperating with this resort tax and so forth and paying?
Well, I can't comment on who has and hasn't,
So-
but we hope they are.
We're not allowed to know who pays and who doesn't.
Right.
That's, it's a state tax, they don't give you, they don't share that information.
I like to call this no regrets. All right, anybody else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter.